Like, it's literal things like that. Like, I'm like, you don't understand the oppression, just like you were saying before. You will, and more than likely, they probably will never understand the oppression at all. So I don't understand this notion of bitterness or anger when they get so mad when you tell them that they can't do something. Oh, you know why? It's because they've never been told that they can't do anything.
Exactly.
And so that's why when they meet that type of friction, they're like, oh, wait, you're telling me I can't do something? I'm privileged. I can do whatever I want. No, you can't.
Yeah. And that's what it feels like. And, I feel like anybody who is a, white American that's listening to this is not a negative conversation where I'm dogging on like white Americans. Like, oh, it's all good. It's just, it's a frustration that people feel.
Yeah.
And it would be nice if it was understood and communicated that way. But like I said, when you have a conversation and somebody tells you how they feel about something and you're dismissive of it and you say, you're just being sensitive, when you don't even know what it's like, it's kind of like, then where does this conversation go? Right? Because for me too, like, and I also get a note of the extra woke white people too. Like they annoy the fuck out of me even more. they piss me off even more. They're like, it's like,
because they try to, you're not woke. Sorry. You understand history. That's great. And you understand certain elements of social interactions and stuff, but some of them take it to the point to where, not all, because I have some friends who are white and they're woke. So I don't want to blanket everybody, but some that I've met, they legit think that they're so woke that they know the struggle.
Yeah.
And it's like, bruh.
Rachel Dolezal.
Thank you.
That's one of them.
Because you don't open a can of worms. Rachel literally thinks, I can be black. Da, da, da. That's why she tans her skin. She gets her hair braided, whatever. Black people can't become white.
There's no choice.
And there's even a hashtag, you can see it on Instagram. There's some European white girls, and even some of them here. They've gotten so tan that they look like black girls.
Oh, really?
They look like black girls. They get their hair braided. I kid you not. If you did not see, this one girl exposed them, and it was like trending for like a couple months. It was like 3 or 4 girls. They look black. Like, I didn't even know they weren't black until I saw a picture before and after. People want to be black because they think it's trendy. A lot of the times the trends that's hip and happening in popular culture came from black culture. They want to be black up until a certain extent, until they need to invest until they need to get loans or until they need to get that job or that acceleration. Being black is a trend, but they don't want to have all of the discords and the challenges that come with being black. Look, no shame to the Kardashians, but they got black bodies and everything that they do is based off of black culture, but they're still white. Yeah. They still have the privilege of being, they're Armenian, but they have, Eurocentric features that kind of like they're not going to get the discrimination that black people get. Yeah. And so it's this thing like people want to soak it up and have this culture, but they don't want the things that come with it. Rachel can today she can stop tanning and stop putting weave in her head, and she's going to look like a white woman and get all her privileges back. Yeah.
And that's the weird thing, yo. When I saw a picture of what she looked like before, that bitch looked like a Puritan.
Yes.
She looked like she churned butter for a living.
Like she was Amish. Like,
I was like, you were purebred white.
Yes.
You were like straight from the waterfall.
Like she's over here making wool blankets and making her own butter. She got about 5 sheep,
I guess like the one thing that I did feel bad about for her was how bullied her kids were.
Yes.
That's kind of fucked up.
Because her kids are mixed race.
Yeah, her kids are mixed race kids, and they kind of feel the brunt of like her mom's choices, which sucks, Yeah. And I wish like they would just leave those kids fucking alone.
Yeah. I don't like when people bully kids at all.
Yeah.
At all. Like, leave the kids out of it.
I think that's what people, I guess, like for me, like I don't like that word cultural appropriation because it's been used so much. It kind of lost all its meaning. But that's cultural appropriation really means like picking and choosing when you get to have the benefits, but you don't take all the negative and all the stuff that comes along with it. And I think that's definitively what cultural appropriation is, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can say, like for example, I guess like a hot trend in modeling. There's this girl that I met through like on Instagram. She's a really dope girl. She's a model friend of my friend Darian, and she's kind of upset about this trend where these models are doing this. They're making their eyes slant eyes.
I didn't know that.
And they'll do this. They'll cover their face half. And they'll pull their eyes back, and it's like a trend right now.
Like doing this, and
yeah, it's like a trend.
Is it like with the picture, or like they actually putting their hands up?
Like the pictures, like a modeling photo to make like Asian eyes, you know. And it's like a trend right now. And so if Asian people don't understand what it feels like, you know, that's why people had I guess like a certain. I mean, it was kind of extreme, like the whole dreads thing when they saw a white person with dreads. Some people took that really extreme, but I cannot kind of understand why it felt that way, because it was like so. I used to get made fun of for that hair. People said it was dirty. People said it was raggedy as fuck. But now you put it on, and now you're this woke ass person, and you're a trendsetter. So what the fuck? Well, I don't get that shit. You know. So it's the same thing with these Asian eyes when people see this shit. It's like, so maybe that's what it feels like.
Yeah, that what they. This particular race does this with everybody. They do it with the black folks. They do it with the Asian folks. They do it with Hispanic folks. They do it with the Indians. Yeah. I mean, look at Redskins. Yeah. We still haven't changed the name of the football team. Yeah. You know? So it's like, it frustrates me so badly because it's like they don't care. Like you can bring it up as much as you want, and they'll try to act like, oh, we're hearing you, but you haven't done anything. Yeah. And I don't know where that culture came from, where it's like, okay, like for instance, I was so pissed off when Kim Kardashian posted her Sade Adu braids that she had. And she was like, oh, it's by, what was it? What's the girl's name? Billy, or I forgot, some white model from like the 70s. I said, that came from Africa. Okay. The Zulu people were doing their hair like that. And that's the hairstyle. She's like, oh, you know, I think it was not Bojangles. Lord, I'm thinking about a certain name. But yeah, like, you know.
About that fried chicken joint in the fucking
Yeah, like, you know, just like they've been doing this for age. Bo Derek, yeah, there we go. You know, they've been doing this for ages with minstrelsy, like, you know, doing the blackface, or like when they wanted to portray Indians in movies, they would all like do like a really tan brown face and feathers in their hair. I just like, it pisses me off when I see stuff like, I haven't seen that yet. So I know I will be infuriated by that, because it's just like, you're doing this. What were you doing that for?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the point? Just like with your lip injections. Y'all were making fun of us. Ooh.
For the big lip and the big booty, and it's hot. Isn't that so fucking wild? Remember? Like people used to make fun of that fucking joke. It's like, oh my God, look at her fucking fat ass. Like it was a bad thing. And now it's it's fucking hot right now.
Like, oh my gosh, she got me. I got my lips done. Jay-Z lips. Like, what the heck? This is trendy now. Yeah. You know, and that's what pisses me off, man. It's just, I can't.
It's a weird feeling, man, because it's like everything that you were made fun of before is now the hot thing. And now you go from like, you know, people sometimes see it as this. It's like, well, aren't you happy? Because now, like, you're the it thing. But it's like, no, because now it's like, I feel like an object. Like, I feel, now I get to, well, you're saying now I have the privilege to be, like, objectified or something. Like, it's hard to explain to somebody, you know? Yeah. And I don't want to sound like somebody that's complaining about this stuff. But as I get older, I do think about this stuff. Yeah. Like, things just don't roll off my shoulders like it used to.
Yeah, but the thing is I'm not going to feel happy. Yeah. Because I'm not benefiting from this. They're benefiting from it. They can have the hairstyle and then go back to their normal lives and they're fine. Yeah. But this is who I am. My hair is kinky. Yeah. Okay. But if you're telling me to press, I remember I was trying out right after I got out of grad school at SC. I was trying out for like, I wanted to do TV reporting instead of print reporting. Yeah. And so this lady told me straight up, there's a really big brand that does like placement and styling for on-air reporters. And so, you know, I showed her like my portfolio and my reel and everything. She was like, well, if you want to be on TV, you're going to need to lose like 80 pounds. Shit. Yes. And you need to do something with your hair. Yeah. I was like what with my hair? Like, you know, I could put it in a bun. I could do that. She was like, no, you're going to have to straighten that. And in my mind, I'm like, what's the problem with my natural hair? Yeah. Literally. And so that blew me away, because I've never experienced that kind of professional like prejudice or that professional like racism. And so I went to the bathroom and I bawled my eyes out.
Yeah.
And so there was a reporter that was hearing me crying, and she was like, girl, do what you need to do. She was like, the game has not changed for years and years. If you need to wear a wig for now, and then later on down the line, you can wear your natural hair, but just do what you need to do. And hearing her, that even made me mad.
Because she gave in?
She gave in. And this is a well-known reporter. And I'm just like, I get it, but when are we going to stop? Like, for real, y'all are hating on me because my hair is kinky?
Yeah.
And y'all telling me that I have to subject myself to your American standards?
Yo, people didn't even understand this concept. I actually wrote a sketch for Khalif called Let Me Touch Your Fro.
Ooh.
Remember that?
Yes, I remember.
So people thought it was hilarious, but I wrote that sketch for Khalif because I always heard that shit growing up. And I always say this, I always shout out my hometown Sacramento because of how culturally diverse it is. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of the stuff that people talk about, I wouldn't be on their wavelength. Like, they didn't understand what was the problem. Why can't I ask to touch his hair? Because he's not your fucking pet.
That's why
it's hair. It's his hair. Like, even like, so I love Meryl to death, but she didn't grow up around a single fucking black person. Mm-hmm. So for her, she's just, for Khalif, because he's like one of my closest friends. She's like, Khalif, like, you mind if I touch your hair? And I told her, it was like, it's okay because Khalif, we're close like that, but in general, you shouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not something that you should do. And for she's a fucking intelligent woman, so she was like, "Oh, I understand, she gets it," But for her, it's just ignorance.
At least she asked.
At least she fucking asked. Some people just go up and touch it.
Because I smacked this woman's hand one day. Yes, I sure did. Last year, I had an afro. It wasn't my hair, but it was a weave. But it was really big.
You bought it. It's your fucking hair.
Yeah, I bought it. So it was real big. This woman, like, I'm helping her, like, I'm at work, and then yeah, okay. All of a sudden, I feel something in my head. She put her hand in my head. I said, "Excuse me? No. You don't do that." "Oh, I just wanted to touch." I was like, "Would you like it if I started doing this to you?" And I started putting my hands all up in her hair, like, "Oh my gosh, your hair's so straight."
Yeah.
All this other stuff. I said, "Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, you don't do that. I'm not your pet. This is my hair. You don't touch me without asking."
Exactly. And it's so weird how even at that moment, when you said, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" she thought that, "Oh, I was just touching your hair," was an acceptable response. And then she thought, "Oh, it's going to be cool if I say I was just touching your hair." Mm-hmm. It's like if I was chilling, right? And then some lady or dude came up and touched Mariel's hair because they thought it was so silky. I would grab that motherfucker's hand. I'd snap his fucking hand. So you don't fucking touch it without asking.
Exactly.
Him. It's the same concept. That's what I'm saying. That's like this huge disconnect. And I've never been able to understand that because, well, number one, my parents own a beauty supply store. So I grew up around black women 20.
I'm still waiting on my hair.
Yo, let me know what you want because my parents might retire in a couple years.
I need a 24-inch.
24-inch? What?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I got to think about Peruvian.
You want that Indian Remy hair?
Yes.
You trying to get that silky shit?
I'm trying
to. Yo, hair got fucking expensive as shit, dude.
Yes.
So like, we're gonna do some hair talk real quick, but so when I was working in my parents' store, I used to help them run it and shit. But I remember that was just out of nowhere, the hair prices skyrocketed. Mm-hmm. And you know what fucking happened? Fucking white people started to understand that, yo, I don't have to do my actual hair and grow it out. Yep. I could just put in clips and extensions on.
Yep.
And then the price went boom. We used to have like the $7.99 packs, the $6.99 packs.
And it was all human hair. It wasn't human hair blend. It was the real thing.
Human hair. And it wasn't as good as some of the other stuff. But if people wanted something real quick that was cheap, because by the way, when you buy hair, that's not already the cost. The process costs more. Mm-hmm. So you got to buy this expensive ass hair.
You got to buy the needle to do the threading.
Exactly. And so like I just remember the prices skyrocketing and everybody they were mad at us like, "Oh, you trying to fucking profit?" It's like, no. I don't think you realize this shit got hella expensive.
Yep.
Like our $7 packs became $15 packs.
Yeah.
Our $10 packs were now $25. And it was just the same margins for us, but we just had to up it up. And people didn't get it. They thought we were trying to oh, you fucking trying to profit of. No, it's like, no, motherfucker.
We trying to live. Yeah. Ooh, I'm trying to pay my bills.
Yeah, what the fuck? I got this fucking like thrift store clothes on. What you think I'm balling? The fuck? I got this dashiki I got from somebody else. What are you talking about?
It's the same thing with wig culture too, because Now
Beyonce.
everybody's wearing wigs.
Yo, I'm telling you real quick, when Beyonce, I forgot what performance it was, but she had that lace front wig. Lace front wigs blew the fuck up. And that's all everybody wanted from us, because back in the day, it was just Pro Style gel and a fucking drawstring ponytail. It was like
full closure or something. Child, I miss the ponytail days.
It was easy back then.
It sure was. Like, you don't have to do all this. Oh my gosh, I need to put, the glue right here and lay the lace down, put down the baby. Like, it's just too much nowadays.
That's what the lace front did. It gave the baby hair so it looked real. It looked
like it came from your scalp, even though we all know that's some lace. We know that's some lace. That didn't come from your scalp.
Dude, that shit would be so funny because, like, I remember like I would hear people, like specifically when I was in school, because people don't expect this like Korean Asian kid to have grown up around black women with black women hair problems and everything, and I would just hear some shit that used to crack me up. They're like, "Damn, this girl every day she gets her hair done. She doesn't hit. She's like, she didn't get that hair done. She snapped that shit on real quick.
Yeah,
That shit took 2 seconds.
No, because I changed